What country gave you the biggest culture shock? No country has really shocked me yet. But I always do a lot of research before I travel so that I can always estimate what to expect. Perhaps I was most surprised in South Korea. In Germany, we were always told at school how hardworking East Asians are. They study from morning to midnight. When I studied there, most of my fellow students actually studied from morning to midnight and fell asleep on their keyboards in the computer room, but they didn't get better grades as a result. I limited my studying to a few hours 3 times a week and still always got top marks. Then I realized that studying all day is a cultural pressure. They are afraid that others will talk badly about them. They are just normal people, and people are not made to study non-stop. They have never given their heads a break. Studying for 40 hours with only 10% mental capacity is the same as studying for 4 hours with full concentration. China. Basically everything in China felt foreign. The doorless squatty toilets and meat hanging on washing lines in the center of Shanghai were, well, quite exotic. How people behaved and went about their lives was, however, probably the single biggest difference to home. People randomly pulled my hair on the streets and took photos when I was using the said doorless squatty toilets. And just the fact that there are so many people around in bigger cities made a bit uncomfortable at times. I had to learn how to use my elbows to shove people just to board a bus. Very, very uncomfortable for someone from a culture with strong queuing culture and large individual space. That said, I would definitely visit again. Nepalese to moment I stepped out of the airport, the sounds, the smell, the traffic, some of the trucks honk in a very peculiar way, the air, the chaos, the cows, the armed UN, at that time, all the men shouting for attention, and the color of Kathmandu. Met some other group members at the airport, and we were all just overwhelmed and quiet, but within 2 days, we loved it. Nepal and its people are amazing. And if you go out of the city, it's breathtakingly beautiful. Malaysia. In my country, we have a lot of immigrants from the Arabic states. Due to our national politeness, we try to be as tolerant as possible, even if some individuals are even hostile and aggressive with their approaches. Malaysia made me realize that the sentiment for sure doesn't come from the religion, since their national religion is Islam as well, but more from cultural settings and norms. Helped me a lot to distinguish between religious righteous people and simply assholes of the society. Japan in the 80s. My uncle married a Japanese lady, and we went to the wedding, which was very traditional. I was a child and this was my first overseas trip. Everything was fascinating, and my uncle's Japanese in-laws were tremendous hosts. But at the same time, everything was just so different. Even the smallest things, such as how to use the loo, etc. An absolute minefield. I have since visited many times, and Japan has become much more international. But it still has a very unique feel to it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next exciting video.